Sam opens up with the gang being like, yeah, cool, totes. God, Cass, we bow before thee. Just, chill, okay? And Cass is like, psst, you're lucky I like you. And meanwhile, Sam is like, ah, hell. So Cass finds Crowley and he's like, I'm not gonna kill you because people need smiting and they need to be in hell, so go do that. And Crowley's like, cool, I'm out. But then, oh no, Cass's hand is blistering, and his face, and also his skin in general. Meanwhile, them boys are like, hey, maybe death can stop Cass. So they get him, and then Cass shows up like, hey, you bitches, think I wouldn't know. But then Death speaks up like, sillies, he's not God, he just ate some Leviathan souls and is having a tummy ache. And Cass is like, no, and Death is like, yeah, huh. Cass is like, and he runs away, and Death is eating pickle chips like, I'll help you out. I like chips. So they do that, but it doesn't work, and Cass is taken over by a Leviathan! And then Sam's hell time is just getting worse, and he sees Lucifer and fails! So the Leviathans are in Cass, and they're oozing black goop, so time to go swimming, but oops! The swimming happened in the water supply, now everybody's infected. And Cass dies again. Oh no. And now the Leviathans are possessing people! And then Lucy is in Sam's head, and he turns into Dean, and he makes Dean say, Sam, you're stupid and you're worthless, you should kill yourself! And Sam is sad, and real Dean is like, Sammy, it's okay! And Sam is like, and Phil! And then Bobby's house is on fire, and everybody's like, ah! And the Leviathans are like, tee-hee, it was us, we set the house on fire, so the boys drop a car on him, and he doesn't die, and ah! And Crowley's like, hey, boss Leviathan named Richard, and aside, by the way, from henceforth, anytime I say Richard, just think of the nickname for Richard, because YouTube's a little demonetization happy. I can't say that word without running a risk, so just anytime I say Richard from here on out, think that nickname, okay? Otherwise, these jokes are not gonna make sense. And he talks to Richard and he's like, you wanna be friends? And Richard is like, ooh, no, you're dirty. And Crowley's like, oh. And then, ba-da-da-da, da-da-da-da, Sam is like, Dean, I'm in love, and I don't care who knows it. Me and Becky are to be wed. So Dean is like, I'm suspicious, but he buys them a waffle iron. It turns out that Becky is Wiccan drugging Sam into loving her. But then she comes to her senses, and it's okay, and her and Sam get an annulment. Because no forcibly yandere marriage here. Then there's a turducken sandwich, and it makes people crazy, and it turns out Richard's goop is in the sandwich. And oh. But then, oh no, Richard takes Bobby and the boys save him, but then, Bobby gets shot! And then what? Bobby's in a coma and have some life searching to do so he can stop the Leviathan and help the boys, but then, oh no. There's the Reaper, and he's like, hey buddy, time for death. And Bobby's like, no, I figured out the numbers to stop the Leviathan, and he runs further into his coma. And he runs away only to find out that he can't escape the Reaper. And he finds out that he loves Sam and Dean more than their own father did. And then there's a vision of Bobby's dad, and Bobby's dad told him when he was a kid that he broke everything he touched. But the Bobby, he's not having it. He yells at the vision of his dad, and he's like, well, as fate would have it, I adopted 2 boys. And they grew up great. They grew up heroes, so you can go to hell. And it fails. And then the Reaper gets Bobby, and then he dies, and it's sad. But before he died, he gave Dean the numbers, so that's good. And then Sam was like, are you watching cartoon smut, or are you looking stuff up about Richard Roman? And Dean is like, excuse? It's called anime, and it's an art form. And Sam was like, so you like anime, or are you exclusively into Richard now? And the fans are like, subtext. Oh my god. Also, it's been a few episodes, but Lucifer is still in Sam's head screaming at Sam. Sam's still having a really bad time, so don't you forget about that. That's still a thing. Also, no one can find Richard. But then a hunt reveals that the Leviathans, they're trying to buy real estate and cure cancer. So now Sam hasn't slept for like 5 days, and even drugs don't help. And don't do drugs, kids, because then you get hit by cars, like Sam. He got hit by a car. And then checked into the psych ward, and that's actually really sad. Oh no, Dina's like, we must heal him with brotherly love. And he goes, and he finds a healer named Emmanuel, except it's Cass. Cass is back. He's not dead. Cass forgot everything, but wait, she's back. Megan's surprise. And she saves Cass from the demons. And they work together, and Cass remembers. Yay! And Sam was like, go away, Satan, and it works, and Sam's fixed. But now Cass is crazy, so he stays in the psych ward, and Meg stays behind with her boo thing to hang out with honeybees in the garden. And they miss Bobby, so they're like, hey, Bobby, Ghost Bobby, you there? And he is, because he's a ghost, and he can hear them, but oh no, they can't see him. Idiots. Balls. Ghost stuff is hard. He figures out his ghost stuff, and he tells them boys that he's attached to a flask. Woo! But oh no, Frank's been hacked by an adorable geeky redhead that literally no one ever says I look like. It's okay, I love it. She works for Richard, but she likes tacos if nah, I mean. That's the difference though, I'm partial to Richard myself.
Stop it.
Anyway, she doesn't know that she works for Leviathan, so she sees one eating something, she's like, ah! So she teams up with Sam and Dean and pretends to flirt with Scarlett Johansson to save the day. Also, the boys get a slab of rock with some words on it, but they can't read it. So they find a kid named Kevin who can read it because Jesus, but he doesn't want to because he's late for school. But then bloop, Kevin conveniently translated the tablet and it says how to kill Leviathan and they just need a bone and some blood. Now it's time for some blood. They need 3 kinds. Also, Ghost Bobby is getting a little vengeful spirity, and he's having a hard time, and then also Kevin's gotten by the Leviathan, so that's bad. Then Richard is like, hey Crowley, don't give them the blood because I said so. And Crowley's a sneaky snake, so he's like, yeah, totes. But Richard knows better, so he Kagebusha no Jutsu up in that piece. There's a lot of them now. Meanwhile, Cass is like, honeybees are so great. Monkeys shouldn't wear lipstick. He's a little cray. But the boys need Cass to get Richard. And the fans are like, subtext. Anyway, subtext. When the boys show up to bone Richard, with the bone they made, obviously, they see all these Richards walking around. And they don't know which Richard is real. Also, Ghost Bobby has possessed a maid, and Sam is like, damn it, Bobby! And Bobby is sad because he almost hurt Sam, so they salt and burn Bobby's flask, and then Bobby goes into the great beyond. And it's sad and fails! So Dean and Cass, they team up and they find the real Richard together. And they stab him with the bone, and Richard explodes all over them. But then Crowley's like, lols, I'm taking Kevin. And Sam is like, no, but it's too late. And Dean and Cass are missing. Turns out when Richard died, he exploded them into purgatory, which is monster hell. So Dean is like, Cass, we gotta get out of here. And Cass is like, about that, buddy. And he disappears. And Dean is alone. And he's like, heck. End season 7. Also, hey, guildies, what up? My clothes are different. That's because a thing has happened right now. I now have a membership initiative on Patreon. Bloop. Videos like the ones you literally just watched take 40 to 60 hours each to produce. I have a full-time job. My husband, who helps me do this, has a full-time job. I want to make these more often. You want to watch them more often. I now have a Patreon where you can become an elite member of this community and get really dope stuff from me in return. Special merch, access to a Discord, bloopers, I will draw you. There's an entire video's worth of stuff that you will get if you become a member, and that's over here. Here, one of them. It's in the corner. Also, I'm not just pocketing all of this. 10% of everything that we get is going to making the world more awesome by doing an act of kindness or doing something charitable and donating it. And that is decided by you if you join. So if you like this, you want it more, become an elite member of this community, of this little guild that I like to call it, and get really dope stuff. If you enjoyed this video, please do me a huge favor and subscribe by clicking my face in the corner for more videos like this and like other stuff. Like this video, share it with your friends, comment down below with what other fandoms I should be doing this for, your favorite part of season 7 or your favorite quote. And if you really like what I do, turn on notifications by giving me a bell. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Crystal. Stay awesome. Bye. She's making surprises like every season. I wouldn't be killing this joke if she didn't always do it.